tell me a little bit about the lineup change and how did that work out?
Well, I was just trying to, we're trying to learn how to utilize the depth. I felt with this particular game, they were, have a really nice guard lineup. And with our offense, we've been struggling in the perimeter. We haven't had a lot of firepower percentage-wise as we've started games. Up to this point, Aaliyah had been, 11 or 12 for 23s, right? And I thought she'd earned it. And it was a good game to, I think, try that, right? And so I thought we started the game pretty well. We just didn't withstand when they came back a bit. Then I think she got a little bit down. And we missed some defensive assignments, especially late when we went back with her. And so we're going to have a little bit of that with the youth. But I just think we just didn't shoot the ball really well. And then free throws, that was just a, unfortunate situation. And I've been kind of harping on those with them. So that was kind of the name of the game.
Kyle?
Yeah, you as a coach obviously have faced a lot of adversity through the years. This team, and this program in general hasn't really faced the adversity of losing back-to-back games like this. How do you kind of rally the team in this moment? Would you say to them after the game?
Yeah, well, I think, the last time we lost here, I think a couple of years ago, we've had some doozy losses over here that have been disappointing. I think it's really important for everybody to let this year's team be this year's team. Everybody keeps looking back and saying, they didn't lose that. And, we didn't. We had a really good crew. They played together for 4 years. And so my job is to keep them here. There's a lot of season left. There is so much season, whether we would have won Sunday and would have won tonight, I can't afford to compare what has happened in the past, because these guys are giving me a lot. And they're still young, and I got to develop a little bit of some senior leadership or upperclassmen leadership. I think that is what we're missing. But I'm not here to, I'm disappointed we lost 2, but this team has lost 2. I'm not interested in thinking back or thinking about the future. I'm just wanting to really focus on the fact that I got to keep finding the right combination.
Particularly in the first half, you guys would have a good stretch and then kind of disappear for 3-4 minutes. Is there a common theme there just in
I think our lack of discipline on our passing. It's the turnovers. 18 is not as bad, but they were crucial. We had stretches where I'm pretty sure there were 2 or 3 in a row, something good for a while, 3 in a row, something good, 3 in a row. They come kind of in stretches. So that's the thing where, I've been trying to really be disciplined in practice and making us pay for that, right? That, I think, was the key. You can't get something going when you kind of feel good one time down the floor, and then the next 2 or 3 possessions, it's like just lack of discipline sometimes, right? I try not to enter the ball from the wing, and we just keep trying that, and that's unfortunately it's been turning us over. But again, I do believe in this team. We've seen the glimpses early. I think the teams are a little bit better. I think the pressure is probably a little greater for them with the Big Ten lens on. So I gotta hit that right balance of keeping their youth and enthusiasm while demanding. And I think that we're freezing a little bit in the harder moments. And that's what I was disappointed in today. I thought when they came out and swung back when we got up, it's like we didn't quite put our hands back up,
Zach?
Aaliyah obviously started tonight, her first ever start.
Yeah.
What was it that made you decide that she was the one to start, and then also going forward?
12 for 20.
12 for
she
20.
plays defense. She gives me another ball handling guard. She showed what she can do. This doesn't have that I think it's pretty evident, right? She's been the most consistent kid off the bench, and we haven't had if we were pressed, I haven't had a ball handler to be able to handle the press. I've had to limit her minutes because she's coming back. She's just about full go. And she's going to have really, really great moments. It's the toughest for a home state. It could have worked out either way. She could have been 3 for 4 and we won by 15, and everybody's wondering why I didn't start her at the beginning of the year or beginning when she came back. So that's why, because if you look at her numbers aside from tonight, she doesn't have many turnovers. She finishes at the rim, and she usually makes you pay at the 3, and she plays D. The moment was probably just a little big tonight.
Morgan, last one.
Just, I mean, how crucial will those veteran voices be during stretches like
Yeah,
this?
you know, I think, you know, I'm hoping this is one of our lower points, right? But there's a lot of big games left. But I think, you know, sometimes, you know, you get to a point where you're like, whoa, you know, this is reality now. You know, when you get to you know, it's my job as a junior, it's my job as a senior, right? To kind of lead them through it. Sid had the flu. She wasn't her best self tonight, but she gave us what she could. But I think, you know, collectively, I just think, you know, we got to keep pushing on that standard. But again, I told them I love them. I'm super proud of them. But you got to get, you know, as the stakes get a little higher, we just got to raise our level of intensity and what we expect of ourselves. I mean, 47% from the line. I mean, that might be an all-time low. Is that a low? The most low of life in Iowa basketball. Sure felt like it.
Thanks, Coach.